Hello, welcome to Play Dainty. On this episode, we'll be playing The Crown and the Flame, Book 1, Chapter 4. When we last left off, Kenna and Gabriel were traveling through the land looking for Leon, who is the captain of the guard for Stormhold, and they ran into two soldiers that had Stormhold armor, and they asked what they were doing, and we said we were looking for their leader, and I wasn't quite sure if I had made the right decision or not, so we will find out now what happened there. So the description for Chapter 4 here says, Dominic's magic is growing as Kenna and Gabriel seek help from an unlikely company of cutthroat mercenaries. Oh, so I guess we ran into cutthroat mercenaries, so hopefully they help us. Chapter 4, The Mercenaries. Now playing as Dominic. You, Rose, and Tristan are loading up a wagon when a group of soldiers rides through the gate, led by Helene. She dismounts and begins talking with Bartel and Marco. You whisper. I have to hear what they're saying. I need to know if Ken is still alive. How are you going to sneak over there without the guard spotting you? Maybe one of us can distract him for you. Who should distract the guard? Well, I'm going to pick Rose, I think, because she's already listed as an ally who will do anything for us. Plus, you know, women have the flirting ability with the guards. Rose makes her way over to the guard, positioning herself so he turns his back to you. What are you doing over here? I just wanted to take a break from all this hard work. She puts a hand on his gauntlet. See, she's flirting. And you looked a little lonely over here with no one to talk to. You're flirting with me, aren't you? Nothing gets past you, does it? No. In fact, some of the other guards call me Goran the Watcher. Tell me more. As the guard begins to ramble, you move closer to Bartel and Helene. Thank you, Rose. Looks like I sent the right person. A moment later, you're pretending to scrub the wall near Helene, Bartel, and Marco. It was a fool's errand. Kenna was gone before we ever got close. She made it. You weren't fast enough. Someone is working against us. Someone in this castle or in the villages nearby. We're right next to you. Those troops your father stationed here were poisoned. What? Father's going to be furious. We must act. What am I supposed to do? Burn down every village hut? Kill every servant? No, killing Kenna's the only way. We did capture one of Kenna's men, a monk of the Rechker ruins, a most exquisitely resilient captive. Oh yeah, we gotta see if he broke or not. I'm hoping he didn't. That is no way to treat a prisoner. You mean traitor? Bartel, take your time with this one and find out what he knows about Kenna. Marco turns and leaves. Let's take our guest to the dungeon, shall we? The guard shoves the monk with the butt of his sword. Move. Oh, it's good old Frog Eyes. The monk stumbles and falls, and the guard starts kicking him brutally. On your feet, prisoner. The guard brings his foot back for another kick. Alright. I don't think we're going to be able to save him, but I have a feeling that's what's coming. I must dive in front of the monk, speak up, hold my tongue. Well, it takes 6 flames, and we have 9, so I guess we'll go ahead and do it. You dive between the guard and the monk, knocking aside the next blow. Stop it, you're going to kill him. Hey, what in the 3 hells do you think you're doing? You help the monk to his feet. Wait, there's 3 hells in this kingdom. Maybe they'll explain that later. This man's a traitor to the crown. Maybe you want to join him in the dungeon. Yeah, I was kind of afraid of that. I can talk my way out of this, but should I appeal to Bartel's mercy or Helene's sense of justice? I don't think Bartel has any sense of mercy, so we'll go with Helene. Wait, why is this red? Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, Helene. You turn to Helene. Please, I couldn't watch this cruelty, regardless of his crimes. Prisoners should be treated with dignity. I agree with this servant. Woohoo! Thank you. Guard, take the monk to the dungeon. There's no need for further abuse. Fine, I'll wait till I have all my tools. After I'm through with him, he'll be spilling his guts, literally and figuratively. Bartel strides off, and the soldier drags the monk away. Later in the kitchens, Tristan grins. That was amazing. Dom, you're like a hero in one of the legends of the 5 kingdoms. I have to admit, I'm impressed. And this is just the beginning. I'm not going to let them kill that man. I'm going to save him. I'll help. I'm going to do everything I can, just like you, Dom. Oh, I think that means we won him over. Tristan, we should be cautious. Come on, Rose. You're with us too, aren't you? There's just no stopping you, is there? Well, she already agreed to help us. Does that mean you're in? I'm in. Just promise me you won't tell Mother. She has enough to worry about. It's a deal. Now playing as Kenna. Hand over your weapons. You and Gabriel reluctantly hand over your weapons. And your money. Val, we're not thieves. Taking money from captains doesn't always make you a thief. Sometimes it makes you a plunderer or a conqueror. They might be Leon's friends. Do you want to explain to him why we stole from people asking to see him? This patrol was much more interesting before we got paired together. This sort of thing is exactly why Leon insisted that patrols have at least one of his former soldiers. Okay, good. So I think we made the right decision then. Blah, blah, blah. Don't take their money. I've got it. Come along, you two. As you and Gabriel are led through the grasslands by the mercenaries, you whisper to Gabriel. I thought you said we could trust Leon. Why not tell his people who we really are? How do they not know who she is anyway? She's the freaking princess / now queen, so how would they not remember her? A lot can change in 2 years. We are vulnerable like a newborn. This world is not safe for us yet. Yeah, I got that when they took our weapons. As far as I can tell, they're only being cautious. At least this is a chance to impress them. I'll need their support too. Hey, something on your mind? What are you two whispering about? Or just that you and your companion seem mismatched. Oh. Yes, one of you seems to have gotten the lion's share of the armor. Who's got better armor? Well, duh, Jackson. He's got full armor, and you've only got woven leather to protect you. Ha, pretty boy Jackson's just like all the rest of Leon's men. Castleborn, so cocky and prim with all their fancy armor and shiny swords from Stormholt. Between you and me, he spends hours trimming that beard. At least I take the time to wash myself regularly. Some of us hold ourselves to higher standards. Val, you weren't ever a soldier for Stormholt? Oh, not me. I'm a mercenary, through and through. Everything on my back I paid for myself. I follow Severin. I've been in his outfit for 11 years now. Jackson here came with Leon in his company. He's still getting used to the mercenary life. Bet he misses having someone to bow to. Very funny, Val. I'm done fighting for kings. What have kings ever done but sit on their thrones, polishing their crowns, while men like me die in the mud for them? Does anyone really polish a crown? You blame the royalty, Jackson? I went away to war with promises that my family would be looked after. But when the war was lost and I finally made it back, our home had been burned and my wife and son had starved to death. All I can say is, I'm sorry about your family. It sounds like you became a traitor. Compassion here is definitely the way to go. Sorry about your family. That must have been devastating. I know what it's like to lose someone you care about. It was the hardest thing I've ever had to endure. Not everyone can understand that. I'm glad you do. Believe me, I get it. Anyway, that's how I ended up in Leon's army. At least he keeps his promises. Well, the fool queen got her due. Jackson's just sore that he was on the losing side. Ooh, you shouldn't be talking shit about my mother. That's not gonna look good for you later. The fool queen? You know the one, got her head cut off when she tried to call all the kingdoms together. This isn't gonna look good for you. And so you call her the fool queen? Yeah, got a problem with that? I should defend my mother's honor. Keep quiet. We haven't won them over yet, so we're gonna keep quiet. No problem at all. She'll pay for it later. That's what I thought. Gabriel whispers to you. I'm surprised. I thought you'd lose your temper. I don't like what she said, but we need these people on our side. Starting a fight wouldn't be smart. I guess you have grown up. You enter the mercenaries' sprawling camp. All around you, armed men and women bustle about, sparring, drinking, and laughing. There are hundreds here. I didn't expect so many. 2,000, actually. The biggest mercenary force in the 5 kingdoms. This is the most impressive encampment. Yeah, it's good to return to the modest comforts of home. Tents, hot meals, and lots of ale. Speaking of which, we've been out on patrol too long. I need a drink. How about you, Jackson? You can't seriously want to stop for ale now, not when we've got these 2 with us. Ain't like they're going anywhere. Why not take a break? We've earned it. Typical mercenary. You talk so high and mighty, but you're one of us now. That may be, but at least I still have discipline. Discipline's for fools. Have a drink with me. We can play some knife games, and our guests can wait. I don't know. You whisper to Gabriel. This could be our chance to get to know them, to figure out what they're willing to fight for other than gold. I smell some diamonds coming up. And just how are you planning to persuade them to talk to us? That's easy. A little ale ought to do the trick. Tutorial. By spending time with the mercenaries, you'll learn more about them and get a chance to recruit Jackson as your ally. I should buy the mercenaries a drink and gamble with them, 25 diamonds, or skip the festivities. I think this one's going to be important. We're definitely going to drink with them and gamble. The drinks are on me. You want to buy us both a drink? We could all use a break. You hear that? I like the way this girl thinks. Very well, Val. You win again. Jackson leads the way to where the mercenaries have set up a barrel of ale and logs of fallen trees to sit on. 4 pints. 4? Your woman is buying. You're drinking with us then. You've befriended the mercenaries. Yeah, but she's not a monster. Yeah, she's not a monster, Gabriel. I should drink with the mercenaries, give mine to Val. Well, if she drinks and gets drunk, she could spill some beans about stuff. This applies to both the Kenna and Val. I think you gotta pony up and drink with them, otherwise they're gonna be suspicious. Cheers! Is this wise? Gabriel, we might be slaughtered by mercenaries before nightfall. Let's at least have some fun before that. Besides, this is all part of getting to know them. The four of you join... that was probably supposed to be a whisper. The four of you join a circle of mercenaries sitting on the ground. One of the mercenaries twirls a knife in his hands and then gives it to Jackson. What's the game tonight? Flinch? I'll play, and I'm wagering a day's pay. There you go, Jackson. You do know how to have fun every now and then. It's only fun if you win. Jackson hands over a bunch of coins to the mercenary taking bets. What's this game? Flinch. You throw a knife as close to your own foot as possible. Winner is the one who gets the closest without bleeding. Whoop. Jackson squares off against another mercenary. They both stand with their feet apart and throw their knives. Here goes. Jackson hits his own foot. Oh, what a fool. Oof. Damn it! Cheer up, you can always win back your money. I'm more concerned about my toe. It's barely a scratch, you baby. All that armor, you soldiers are all the same. It's like you've forgotten what it's like to bleed for a living. As the mercenaries continue the game, Val takes a big swig of her beer and turns to you and Gabriel. So, what's the story between you two? Are you siblings, friends, lovers? I beg your pardon? You don't have to beg, and you certainly don't need my pardon. I meant, how could you assume such a thing? Easy there, your lordship. Didn't expect you to be so high and mighty about it. Most men would be flattered. Well, what's the story then? What's going on between you two? What's going on is he's like a father to me. I'm not his type, but maybe, let's say he's like a father to me because he's way older. Old enough to be your father, sure, but that never stopped a man, did it? Believe me, it would stop Gabriel. The honorable kind, huh? Thought all honor left this land when the queen was killed. Just then, Jackson clears his throat and steps up to you, Gabriel, and Val. Enough gossiping, you three. I'm tired of stabbing myself in the foot. I love that they call him Jackson, which is his last name, but everybody else is going by their first name. I want to see someone else bleed for a change. Well, you play, girl. I'm going double or nothing on the next round. Come on, don't let me down. I think I'll play. I'm good with a knife. Pass. I like my toes where they are. We're gonna play. I'll play. Now that's what I like to hear. But should he give her a knife? Probably not. Too bad you're going up against me. I can't pass up a shot at taking Jackson's money. Why, you sneaky little... Ahem, have faith in Kenna. She's more than capable. She'd better be. Jackson hands you his knife. You stand across from Val, who grins at you and taps the flat side of her own knife against her palm. Are you sure you want to play? Toes don't grow back, you know, and your knife is as sharp as they come. So, are you ready? I should be brave. Of course, I'm always ready. Good, because there's no backing out now. Who should go first? I should say you. Why don't you go first? Yes, why don't I? Val smirks and squares her shoulders. She winks at you and tosses the knife in the air. She catches the knife by the handle and immediately hurls it towards the ground, not breaking eye contact with you the whole time. feeling a little intimidation there, eh? Ha! You look at the knife. The blade is embedded in the ground, barely an inch from her boot. Your turn. Grab the knife. You hold the knife in your hand, hefting the weight of it. Relax, Kenna. Just throw the knife already. Don't rush her. My money's at stake. Take your time, Kenna. I should... Breathe and toss the knife. You lock eyes with Val. She smirks at you as you exhale slowly and flick your wrist, releasing the knife. The knife lands in the ground with a thud so close to your boot that it scratches the leather. Woohoo! Can't get much closer than that. After measuring the position of the two knives, both Jackson and Gabriel confirm that your knife is closer. You won at flinch. I win. Knife to me. We win. See there, Jackson? She's good luck for you. You finally won. It was no big deal. Jackson is warming up to you. I knew I liked you. You're all right, Kenna. Okay, so he also knows her name. Like you didn't know the princess that you were serving's name was Kenna, for real. Thank you. Tutorial. Your choice is unlocked. A special scene coming up. Keep playing to see Jackson join your alliance. Alright. Seems like you folks like to gamble. Everything we do is gambling. Just sometimes you pay with coin and sometimes you pay with your life. How poetic. At least this way, I believe what I believe for. Money. Have you no sense of honor left? Not really. Not unless there's a profit to be made from having honor, and then I'd reconsider. Very funny. Come along now. No more delays. We'd better get you to Leon. The mercenaries lead you to a tent at the center of the camp. A familiar man stands inside, overlooking a table covered in maps and plans. Leon Sterling. Travelers here. They say they know you, Leon. Leon's eyes go wide when he sees you and Gabriel, but he quickly covers it up. Travelers? You let just anyone walk into the heart of our camp? We took their weapons, and they wanted to talk to you, like I said. Give us a minute. Jackson and Val leave. Leon turns to Gabriel furiously. You brought her here? You're supposed to be her bodyguard. Do you have any idea what danger you've put her in? The entire world is dangerous for her now. Obviously, we'd hoped for a better reception than this. A better reception? This isn't the Grand Hall, Gabriel. That life is over for all of us. There's no returning to it. Leon, please, hear me out. You were once a fearless warrior. You can be again. You're right. Forget the past. Now's our time to rise. Let's go with the second one, because the first one makes it sound like he's a coward. King Luther has sailed for the Iron Empire and left himself open to attack. Together, we can retake Stormholt. He has? Yes. You have the army we need. Join us. Leon looks torn. You make a good point, but my answer is still no. Luther's too powerful. You're 2 years too late for that speech. It's not too late. I have close to 250 troops who pledged to help me retake Stormholt. You do? You sound impressed. That's nothing compared to his 2,000, though. I am, but it doesn't change anything. The best I can do now is sneak you both out before the others realize who you are. I'm sorry, I can do no more. You remind me so much of your mother. I wish we had more time. As Leon opens the tent flap to leave, you see an enormous man waiting on the other side. Ooh, he is big. What the hell's Leon? You meeting without me? This is personal, Severin. I was just meeting with an old friend. Old friend my ass. You're an awful liar, Leon, and I hate being lied to. I think he was the leader of the Mercenaries. Severin reaches down and grabs your chin. You're the queen. I know a royal pampered face when I see one. You're mistaken. Am I? Severin holds up a crumpled wanted poster with your face sketched on it. Okay, yeah, those others are idiots. You know the Blood King, Luther Navrakis. Okay, Blood King's in red, so I probably need to remember that. Well, he knows you. Turns out his whelp put a bounty on your head, your majesty. Ha! Turning you in will be the easiest coin I've ever made. Oh no. Oh, that was the end of the chapter? Oh, these are finally getting shorter. Chapter progress. You chose to buy the mercenaries drinks. A little coin goes a long way in buying their trust. You demonstrated your skill in the knife game and won over many of the mercenaries. Jackson in particular was impressed and is warming up to you. Overall progress. Okay, the first three you already knew. Now Jackson's alive and friendly. Prestige, perfect. Power, perfect. Weapons, perfect. Allies, perfect. Troops, perfect. Significant choices, perfect. Overall, we're doing really good, I'd say. Army score, 108 out of 108. Well, thanks, guys, for playing along with me here. Join us next time where we'll go over Chapter 5, see how we're going to deal with Severin. Hopefully we'll kill him, but that seems unlikely. But I know we're not going to let him turn us in for coin.